The reason why, let me show you why. You see this body? This is why. This is painful. Like, so it took, and my breath stank. My breath stinks. It smells like pure shit. But, and I brush my teeth. So I'm gonna try doing like a coconut pull once I get to the point where I have access to the coconut oil. So I have no idea what's this. But anyhow, so today's been a really rough day. I did at least get to the point where it took everything I had for me to go take a shower or to go get bathed. I didn't even take a shower, I had to get bathed. And let me tell you why. So I pulled everything together in order for me to go get bathed. And then throughout the day, I'm hearing little things, you know, as y'all know, I have a guest. But I'm hearing little things and I'm like, okay, you know, I'm hoping it's in my imagination, but I know that it's not because this has happened before. Mr. Raton is here. So, you know, I start to go to the back, but I'm scared because that's where that thing likes to hang out, right? So I bring my little grabber that I got, and I don't know where the other grabber is. Did I put it back in the living room? Or did I bring it back here? I don't know. I was using it to part the curtains and stuff, but um so I went to the back and I was scared to even open it because I was scared that it was going to jump out or something crazy because that's happened once before and it was not a good thing. So I pulled the curtain back and I looked and of course it's dark. And now in addition to the, I feel like doing that moan from the Jefferson. In addition to the toilet cleaner that was had the top of it chewed into pieces and ripped apart, and then a hole punctured in the side of it, my electric toothbrush is now on the floor with the bottom of it taken off, right? So I'm like, okay. I didn't even go back there because I was like, I'm scared. You know, I don't want to break my neck back there because that's what happened the last time I saw it. I went back there, didn't think nothing about it. I was just going to the bathroom. Next thing you know, it ran past me. I screamed, dropped everything, fell on the floor, fell on the tub, fell on the sink. And I'm lucky to be alive. So it don't take much for our lives to be gone, you know, because literally I could have lost my life. And then after that, I didn't see that thing no more. And then come Monday, January 16th, MLK Day, about mid-morning-ish, I thought I saw something out the corner of my eye. I looked closer and it was white. And I was like, oh, maybe it's just the sunlight gleaming off of something. No, it was a white, you know what, right? And so that destroyed that. Then I was like, okay, let me focus. I still got stuff to do. We have to work around it. I'll just won't take a shower for right now, right? But you got to take a shower eventually. So, you know, then I'm like, okay, let me simmer down. So as I'm simmering down, I'm like, okay, I get my energy back up to go on to my next task. I'm gonna take a bath an alternate way. So I get prepared to do that. Then all of a sudden, Mr. Wasp is back. So the raton is blocking me from the back room, and now there's and let me tell you the magical thing about the wasp though, right? So then the wasp, and at first, again, it always starts that you think you see something, you think you hear something, you're like, no, I'm tripping. So I thought I saw something. I was just like, maybe it's a fly. And I thought that yesterday too. But then there happened to come a fly next, and I killed that. Murderer. But, so, and I used to not be able to do that, but I can. I can kill flies, roaches, palmetto bugs. I may scream the whole time doing it, but I can, you know. And so next thing I know, I thought I saw something like, no, I'm tripping. Is it a bug? And then I'm like, no, I'm tripping. Next thing you know, I hear it hitting things. And I'm like, what in the world? And the wasp is up in the fluorescent light thing that doesn't work, right? So then, you know, I'm just like, okay, I can't even take a shower. I can't even get clean. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, wow, you know. And then in the background, there was this TikTok that I wanted to play over and over. And basically it was saying about, and this, I may be mixing up a few different thoughts, but it's all relevant. But and about quantum physics, how mostly there's nothing that's really solid. Everything is made up of little particles that attract each other, electric charges and whatever, right? So, you know, it was saying that what you give your attention to is what you attract, and that's how the law of attraction works, right? And so I'm like, I'm not really trying to pay attention to this wasp, but I'm really not trying to get stung, you know? And then part of me was just like, F it, because, you know, I'm not going to sit here watching this wasp fly around here and be scared of it. If it's going to sting me, it's going to sting me. If I die, I die. You know, right now, you know, I just want to wash my ass. You know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and got all that together. And I had that little loop from that TikTok playing over and over again, you know, just because Destination TikTok plays over and over again. And so don't you know, as persistent as that wasp was, within 2 minutes, it just disappeared. I mean, it was gone, you know. It was all hyper, then it just calmed itself down. And I don't know, maybe it's in a crevice or crack somewhere, but it went away, you know. And I was able to continue with the rest of my day. Then the other thing, I had a hard time getting dressed. You know, I don't know, it's a doldrum between everything I do. I had a hard time getting dressed, right? And then I was like, you know, let me take it one step at a time. I broke it down. Even the bathing part, I broke it down into little pieces. We're going to soap up the towel. We're going to wash out the, you know, water basin. We're going to soap up the towel. We're going to lather my face. We're going to rinse my face off. We're going to dry my face off. We're going to lotion my face. We're going to soap up my left arm. You know, I was breaking it down like that. And it got me through, right? Whatever it takes to get you through. And then, you know, the thing about getting dressed, you know, again, I broke that down, you know, dress, put on your bra, put on your shirt, put on your panties, put on your pants, right? And it took me forever. And then finally, well, not forever, it took 10 minutes, but 10 minutes feels like forever, you know, for something that should take a few seconds, right? And so, you know, then I get dressed, and then I wanted to do my hair next. So I wanted to, and I don't know where my mirror is, where my vanity mirror is. So I wanted to go in the living room to get my vanity mirror, because that's where I was doing my hair before. For some reason, I can't find my vanity mirror. I haven't seen it in a couple of days. I don't know where it is. It's disappeared, right? So I'm like, fine, no problem. I'll just use the camera, you know, on the phone or the pooter or something like that to do my hair. But I happened to walk past the mirror, and in my mind's eye, I know what this outfit looks like on me, or used to look like on me, but I know for sure it doesn't look like that on me anymore, because look at this, you know, look at this. When I was in college, you know, they would talk about the professors that look like they could just lean back and rest their hands on their stomach. And this is what they look like, just like this. I look like a 3-tier cake. So I guess I should be proud. At least that's sweet. A 3-tier cake is what I look like a freaking 3-tier cake. And my shirt got the nerve to say nope. But 3-tier cake is what I look like. But I remember the way I used to look in this outfit, even when I was a little chunky. It was just a little thickness around the waist, but no rolls. There are rolls, baby. And I'm sure in the back too, you know. And so that deflated my mood and deflated my energy, and I just had to sit here. And I think it's not just a psychological thing, but it's a physical thing too. The psychological thing, like, oh my God, look at that, you know, but the physical thing too, like, oh, you know, you're tired. So I don't know. So I've had these energy pills for a while. I haven't taken them because I don't really F with any type of drugs, whether it's over the counter. I don't mess with none of that stuff. Except I had to mess with the allergy pills. I do that on occasion. The Benadryl PM with sinus and cold and all that crap put into it together. And I haven't taken it in a while, so I've been pretty good for like a week or so, right? But yeah, and then I've been taking for the past few days this probiotic acidophilus. So I've been taking that for the past few days. I know that they did make a difference a while back, a little bit difference, not a lot, but a little. And then when I'm getting on my scale, because I am weighing my scale every day, well, for the past few days, and I don't know if the scale is just telling me something different every day, but it doesn't make sense, because it says I'm 204 pounds, whereas maybe last week I was 217 pounds, but it don't feel like I lost any weight. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the scale is off balance or what the deal is there. But yeah, so all of that was starting to make me feel pretty low. It was pretty making me feel that way, you know? And then I was like, well, you know, I purchased these energy pills, and luckily only one bottle. Let me take them. And my breath smells like shit. Not right now, but, you know, a few minutes ago it did. But let me take them. So I opened the bottle, not this one, the energy bottle. And of course I can't, and that's the other thing that got to me. I was trying to read the instructions on the back. I can't read with the glasses on. So you guys, so I had to take a picture of it. But in order for me to take a picture of it, the phone required that I gave it access to this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 just to use the camera on my phone. So it's going to send it somewhere. But I took a picture of it this first time, like, 'cause I can see so bad that, what I took a picture of wasn't actually the directions on how to take it. It was something else. Then I took a picture again, and then it actually told me to take one pill. So I go to open the bottle, and the bottle smells like pee. Now, I know it didn't smell like that. Not hey, I feel like on Family Guy when the guy's like, hey, because, you put two and two together, you're like, because it didn't smell like that when I got it, right? So possibly I could be taking urine drenched. I just can't. I can't deal with this. So, because those animals that I talked to you about, they do leave a trail. So somehow, some way, I hope not. But you guys, I'm just, so I took one of those. Do I notice a difference? It might be totally placebo wise, but I do feel a little better. And it may be because I'm vlogging, because it helps to talk about it and to get it out. And to even have the energy or desire, it's an emergency. Have the energy or desire to vlog about it, that's one thing. But what moved me to this was that, as I'm sitting here and just like trying to get to the next step, because then part of me was just like, I didn't want to move. But then I heard something outside, so I looked out the window. The outside still looks a mess. I still have the stuff to put it together. And I was like, no, I can't stop because I have to do that. I have to. I have to do it. I have to. Nothing. Well, this room looked a little better, but now, it looks a little better, but there's still opportunity because now I have water bottles. Again, it's turning into the other room. I have water bottles, toiletries, cleaning supplies, plus the regular laundry stuff and plus the stuff that hasn't been managed yet. So all of that. But the thing about it was that, the person was saying how the universe, just like when you feel really, really low or whatever like that, and everything seems to be going wrong, that it's the universe's way of making a situation where you don't have any choice but to make a change. So I want to play it again, but so I can get the full gist of it, so I can share it with you guys. But I'm so tired. I don't want no copyright craziness or whatever. This is for educational purposes only. But listen, because I'm not pausing. Should I pause it and then go to it and come back? I don't know. Here it is, but we're going to listen to it together. There's just a part of it. Usually, like I said, whenever I hear or see something that I can personalize to me, there's usually just a part of it that really hits me. I just take what I can use and don't get the rest. But let's listen real quick.
I think that one of the biggest things that I've observed about life is that when it's time for change in your life will make you feel so uncomfortable and so outgrown and so like depressed and sad and like you don't know where you're going until you have no other option but
I'm gonna say this. Okay, so like La Llorena here. And I'm absolutely uncomfortable. I can't move. This is awful. That's and I do know where I'm going because I have a list of every little step that I'm going to take to get where I'm going. And if I get there slowly, it's going to be surely, as long as I don't give up. That's the only thing. And when I say give up, that means as long as I don't say, okay, but let me just have some cookies, or okay, let me go lay down and rest for a while, or okay, I'm just going to sit here and daze off into space, So as long as I don't give up and I keep on the path, I'll be okay. So, but here.
But to change.
Let's listen to her.
One of the
oh, she finished it.
About life is that when it's time for change in your life will make you feel so uncomfortable.
Agreed.
And so outgrown and so like depressed and sad and like
not depressed.
Don't know where you're going.
I do know where I'm going.
No other option but to change.
So my version of that, because it doesn't directly coincide with hers, so when it's time to change, life will make you so uncomfortable that you will have no choice but to change, which is basically what I was saying at the beginning. But yeah, and I don't have any choice, because if not, I'm going to be stuck and I'm going to be overwhelmed and I'm going to be cramped up in a corner by, the sheer overwhelmingness of it all. And I'm so thankful again for my life and the way that it goes, because my life is like, ooh, ooh. But because I heard something outside, and then it made me peek out the window. And when I peeked out the window, I saw that, the stuff that I had is even more whatever, so I gotta get to it. And it's nothing, just the laundry room, the I guess I call it the dryer room, and the she shed. And then we'll work on the alcove, the dining room, then the living room, and then we'll just work around. But I think my weight is part of it, and big part of it is a physical thing, mobility, right? And then another part of it is the mentality that goes with it, like, yo, what is this? Because in your mind's eye, you see this, and you see, when you see this, you see what's associated with that. That means somebody can't move, somebody wasn't loving themselves appropriately, or somebody, based the love that they had for themselves based on what other people thought and think. And so that's what caused this, because I'm a firm believer that what's on the inside shows up on the outside. And this is not okay. Not okay. So, slowly, surely, I walk away from the things that hold me back. So we're going to keep it moving, keep it going. Next up, I have to do my hair. And then, slowly, I have a few things. Slowly, surely, I have a few things going. But yeah, so if you find yourself in a situation where you feel just closed off and closed up in a corner and just overwhelmed by, things that I just got you pinned up, give yourself permission to release it. Again, like I said, y'all see what I do. I have a whole task list put down, and then I have my timekeeper, where I'm, just plugging the things into the timekeeper from the task list. And then if I find a point where I'm stuck, where I find that, oh my gosh, I don't want to move, or oh my gosh, then I would journal about it, and whether that be a digital journal, written journal, or whether I come here and share it here, to release it. And I think it's really good when I release it here, because that's a progression. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't need it. Sometimes the written journal is enough. Let's get it going. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. That's enough. But sometimes, take it a step further, and it's reaffirming it. It's sharing something that I've experienced, something that I'm overcoming, an obstacle that I have. And, it's acknowledging that I'm not alone in that. There's other people that may experience the same, And in a way, like I said, I think Google and the computers and all that, they do snoop on us. But sometimes it's good, because if that's the only support and encouragement that I have, is that the internet is just sending me stuff that is in alignment with whatever energy I'm throwing off, that's fine. I'm okay with it, because what I see so far, I think is a fair representation of where I want to be, where I am, who I am. Sometimes I wonder where I am, who I am, where I've been, who I am, do I fit in? And I do, because, this is a representation of my world, Come share my world. And so, again, what we have on the outside physically, this is telling the truth about me right here. This is the truth that, here, there have been some pain and some hurt. And, I've allowed my love for self to be based on what other people think, or, based on things that are not true to me. Because if you're you're going to love you, and it's going to show from the inside out. My environment, I'm not even going there. Y'all can see part of it right here. I need to do some things, and we're working on it. It's a reflection of how I feel. And then somebody else was saying how, when you're out and about, and I told y'all, when I go out and about, a lot of times I have these really weird ass experiences that I'm just like, yo, what's the deal? It's like I'm an ant, and the people around me are like little kids trying to crush the ant, and they don't understand that, hey, you about to kill an ant, not literally, but you're about to crush maybe the spirit or the energy of an ant. When I say, that's what I mean by kill. Mato ant, no mato heart or Mika. But yeah, so it's like they're totally oblivious. And the reason why is because you're giving off ant energy. You're giving off somebody that's just going from A to B, A to B, A to B, and you're not showing any zeal or zest for life, And I do go from A to B. I tell you, sometimes I pride myself in being, I like the non-player character, because perhaps I am a player, but it's just on the down low, down low. Nobody has to know, you know what I'm saying? I am a player, but, I don't really want to be seen. And I've seen posts like that where other people, they go out and, they don't necessarily feel like, it took everything for them to get out there. They're not trying to really interact all that, and then somebody says hello or somebody tries to engage with them, and they're just like, yo, I'm invisible. Can't you see I'm invisible? Let me do my thing, so, but that's what it is. So just a little bit of encouragement, if you're big and fat, if you got tons of things to do, kudos to the people who are fighting like me, that are making their lists and that are going through them slowly, but slowly, surely, I walk away from, that are making their lists, that are going through them slowly and surely, that are acknowledging how they feel, giving importance and credence to how they feel, documenting how they feel, sharing how they feel, and, in hopes of not only encouraging themselves, but, making it available. So if anybody else happens upon it, then perhaps they don't feel so alone in it. They understand that it's not a one-off or just an individual thing, or it's not just them, that it could be worse, but it could be better too. So I'm going to get to it. The hair is next on my list. And I'm thankful. A lot of times when I criticize places that I go and things that I do, and even, criticize YouTube too, but, I'm thankful for the ability to release and the ability to let it out and to put it out there in public, because again, when you come down to the bottom of it, I like me. I believe that I'm worthy of, being able to express my feelings. I believe that I'm worthy of being loved in the smallest amount of way. So hopefully, yeah, it's all about love. But anyways, I'm out. I am going to do my hair, and I'll update as I feel appropriate or needed, as needed.